Mega Mike the Movie Man. And today got a mega movie plan. Today, I'm back with another Mega Movie News Roundup episode for you all. This is a segment on the channel where we cover the most important movie news topics to come out this week. And so we actually have 5 important Mega Movie News stories to get through in this episode, saving the most important story for the very end. And that's rumors that Jaden Smith might actually be a live action Miles Morales Spider-Man. So we'll definitely cover those rumors towards the end of the video. So definitely stick around throughout the entire video for that. Also, if I forget any movie news topic that you would like me to cover in a future movie news episode, just email me at megamikethemovieman@gmail.com anytime. It is completely free. Just let me know your name and the movie news story you would like me to feature in a future episode. But without further ado, let's get started. Now to get into our first movie topic, and we have to talk about how well the Batman did its second weekend at the box office. And so this information is brought to us by Deadline, and they're reporting that now the Batman at the US domestic box office has made over $238 million. Wow, now that is super impressive. This shows that there was only about a 51% drop in box office the second weekend. Now that is actually really good. Usually most movies will drop at least about 60%, and we would consider that pretty good. But a lot of movies during the pandemic have been dropping even farther than that, where they're mostly just making most of their money that opening weekend. But the drop only 51%. This is great news for the Batman, and this means this movie could have some really good legs, and it could keep making more money for the future weekends, especially because there's not really a lot of competition in March. There's some smaller films, and then I think the next big film is The Lost City, and so that is kind of counter programming to it. So I don't think it's really going to interfere too much with the Batman, a big superhero action blockbuster, kind of a noir film genre of a movie. So to me, really not much competition in March at all. I don't think it's going to get some serious competition until we get Morbius in April. So Batman has all this month to make some really, really good money. And with these results so far, I think it's going to continue to have those legs, continue to keep making that money. And they're thinking, hey, this movie can now hit $1 billion. So to me, I think this movie is going to easily join the $1 billion club. We had Joker join the $1 billion club. So of course, if we got the Batman, why can't the Batman do it? I absolutely think they can. So I think this movie is going to definitely go past the $1 billion mark. Now, how much past is it going to get the 1.5 billion? I don't know. That is a little bit more of a tougher challenge. And it's just impressive, though, for how many people have already gone out to this movie, considering everything this movie had going against it. 3-hour runtime. People unfamiliar with Robert Pattinson as the Batman and still thinking he's just Twilight Boy, right? And so you had a lot of things going against this movie at the beginning. But I think this movie is doing so well now because you've had such positive word of mouth. People are saying this is actually a really good crime drama, just mystery detective film, and people are curious to see that. People are wanting to go out and see it. People are hearing, hey, Pattinson as Batman truly is vengeance, and he does a great job in the movie. So people are hearing that good news. So even though there were a couple things that were kind of holding it back, I think now that people have seen the movie, people are sharing the good word. And I did like the Batman. Even though it wasn't my favorite Batman movie of all time, I still think it's a solid film. I think it's a good quality film. It's well put together, definitely. So I think it deserves the praise it is getting. And I think more people should go out and see this movie. I think this is going to drive a lot of business for the theater, so I'm sure the theaters are super happy to have this movie playing right now. And so I think it's going to get more and more audience members back to the theater. I think people are ready to go see some of these awesome giant blockbuster movies. So I'm glad the Batman is bringing people back. And so I think this is a win win for everybody involved with this movie. And it's always great to see movies do well at the box office. But let me know in the comments below, are you as surprised as me to see the Batman doing so well on its second weekend? Did you think this movie was going to have more things that kept it back to where it was kind of gonna fall off after the first weekend? Or are you like, no surprise at all? You knew the Batman was gonna do great and it's gonna keep making money and easily get past $1 billion? Let me know in the comments below. We'll have that movie discussion. Now to get into our second movie topic, and we got Puss in Boots, the Last Wish movie coming out, and we have a trailer for it. Now, usually I'm not a big animation fan, but you know what? DreamWorks has done some good projects before. I always enjoyed the first two Shrek movies. I thought they were really good actually and had some good funny moments. Now, I didn't like the first Puss in Boots. To me, it wasn't bad. To me, it just wasn't memorable. So I've never gone back and watched it again. But you know what? I'm kind of curious about this new Puss in Boots movie. To me, the trailer did kind of intrigue me a little bit. Apparently, it's about how Puss in Boots has lost a lot of his lives. He's lost 8 lives now, and he only has 9 lives. So, what is he gonna do with his final life? You know what? And so, this could be like a fun little fairy tale adventure here to see what is he gonna do with his last life. And so, his last wish that he gets, what is he gonna do with it? Seems like an interesting premise here. Also, you got other good cast members here. You have Kitty Southpaws, played by Salma Hayek, which you also see in the trailer. So between her and then you could see the banter back and forth with Puss in Boots, played by Antonio Banderas. Those are both good actors. So I want to see their dynamic more in this movie. I want to see just their back and forth dialogue. It can be a lot of fun, and we saw a little bit of that in the trailer, so that gets me more excited for the movie, especially with they when they do the eyes, trying to look adorable. I think, we've seen that before in Puss in Boots, but still effective here. Still totally works for the movie with the big eyes. And so from what I saw from the trailer, I'm intrigued by this movie. I'm not super excited by this movie because, of course, it's not like my number one or number two genre I go to. But I will definitely check it out and see if I enjoy this one. And of course, I will let you all know in a review when it does come out. But I did want to get this information out there in case anybody is a fan of animation or of the Puss in Boots character. You know what? This little trailer does not look half bad. So let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for this new Puss in Boots movie, The Last Wish? Are you a Puss in Boots fan? Have you always enjoyed this character? Or are you not really looking forward to this one? Animation just isn't your thing. Let's have that movie discussion down below. Now to get into our third movie topic, and apparently we have the director, Sean Levy, confirmed for Deadpool 3. Awesome! There's a lot of good news actually just in this one news story, and that's brought to us from The Hollywood Reporter. So the great things I just know off of this headline right here is that, well, first of all, we're getting Deadpool 3. I know we probably all assumed we would get Deadpool 3 at some point, but now it's a little bit more tangible, and it's pretty cool that now we know, hey, we're absolutely getting Deadpool 3, and so that's always a positive. So excited for Deadpool 3 in general. Deadpool 1, I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Deadpool 2. So if they can keep up that momentum and give us a solid Deadpool 3, I am all for it. Also, some other positive news in here. We have, like I said, Sean Levy, the director of Free Guy, the director of The Adam Project, going to be pairing up with Ryan Reynolds again to direct this movie. So I think Sean Levy's a really good director. To me, all the projects I've seen him work on before actually have had really good direction to those projects. And so I think he's definitely a really good, solid director. And those who know me know that Free Guy was my absolute favorite movie of last year. So I'm happy we got Sean Levy going to be the director of Deadpool 3, especially because it seems like he has a really good dynamic with Ryan Reynolds, and those two just seem to work really well together and bring some good magic to the screen. So I think this combination is going to be a perfect fit for Deadpool 3. Also, we hear that the writers are back from the other Deadpool movies to be in Deadpool 3. And to me, that is so important. I know a lot of the time the writers get overlooked and it's the director that gets all the attention. And yeah, the director is extremely important. But to me, the writers are really important as well. I mean, that's the story. That's what everything is built off of. So you need a really good script here, and the other scripts for the other Deadpool movies were actually really good. And it was more than just a superhero movie, right? It even was like a romance story at points, and then they even incorporated elements into it of different types of genres, right? So you got good comedic elements, and so it was just a good combination of a movie with a lot of different genres kind of mixed together to really bring us a true to life Deadpool character, right? That was just plucked out of the comics and put on the big screen. And so I'm really happy to have these same writers back. So that's great. So we got the writers back, check mark. Awesome. We have a really talented director, check mark. And so we have some good check marks here already. So this movie looks to be promising. Now, the only slight hesitation I have is that Sean Levy really hasn't done any R-rated material before, from what I know of. And so, is this movie still going to stay rated R? Now, I know before Kevin Feige has said in the past that they would keep Deadpool a rated R movie. They would keep with that same formula. However, we know things could change, right? At any time, something could change. Maybe they did have a plan before, but now with new information, they have changed it. So that is the one hesitation I have. But because we still have all this talent involved here, to me, I do prefer them to keep it rated R. And I think that's the best for the character Deadpool. I actually think that serves the character the best, not just to be R for the sake of R, but I think that really does go with what the character is. So I think that enhances the movie experience overall. However, if let's just say hypothetically, they did not keep it rated R and they made it PG-13, would that be automatically an awful movie? No, I don't think so. To me, you can make a lot of movies that are rated R, PG-13 by just cutting out some of the gore and some of the blood. I mean, you don't have to get rid of all the violence and action and all the blood. There's just certain parts you kind of got to tone down just a little bit to get it to a PG-13 rating. But I mean, what we saw with the Batman, that's a PG-13 rating. But that's like a hardcore PG-13 rating. I mean, that's really dark, and there's even a lot of violence in that movie. So to me, they could do something similar with a Deadpool 3 if they did go with the PG-13 rating, even though I don't prefer that. Even though I would still prefer to keep it R-rated. I just don't know yet. Is it 100% going to be R-rated? Even though I know Kevin Feige has said before, yeah, let's keep that the same. Let's keep that R-rated. I don't think it's anything officially confirmed yet for this Deadpool 3 movie on what the rating is going to be. So I think at this point we're just kind of speculating and assuming. So if I had to guess today, are they going to keep this movie rated R? I would say yes, based off of past information, the past movies. I think they will keep it rated R. But you know what? There's always a chance they do something different. But this is good news overall. We've gotten a couple check marks to me that I think will serve the movie well. So I'm actually pretty excited for Deadpool 3. I think it's going to be a fun time. But let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for Deadpool 3 just like me? Do you think they're going to keep it R-rated, or are they going to switch it to PG-13? Let's have those movie discussions down below. Now to get into our fourth topic, and apparently we have Discovery's streaming platform combining with HBO Max. Now, this news is brought to us from Variety, and yes, we did already know about the merger of Discovery and Warner Media, but now to know their plan that they're having these two streaming platforms combined, I mean, this is a really cool idea that we really haven't seen before. We've had Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN, but they're all different platforms. And now, of course, you can bundle them, but of course, they're different platforms. And to me, I don't like having so many streaming platforms where I have to keep going to a different app and I have to remember, hey, what was on that streaming platform? Oh, wait, let me check that one. Oh, wait, no, it was on the other one. I have to go back and forth. So, anytime a company wants to combine platforms together, I'm all for that. I think that's a good idea. And I actually think that's a really good value proposition because now you're going to be able to offer a lot more content to your customers. Now, Discovery has things like TLC and Food Network shows, and HBO Max, of course, completely has different kinds of shows like DC shows and HBO programming, right? So they are really different, but it's all quality programming. So there might be a customer out there that may want to watch a cooking show from Discovery, and then they'll want to go and watch Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn and Peacemaker on the HBO side of things, right? But now they can do that all under the same streaming platform, which is a benefit to the customer. So I like this idea. I think it's something different that a lot of companies don't do, especially in the streaming wars here. I think anytime a company can think of a way to add value or do something a little bit different, I think it can benefit them, but it can also benefit the customers. Now, is this the best business decision in the world? Should they have kept these platforms separate and charged separately for them, or maybe do a bundle discount deal? Maybe, but I do like how they are doing something different in combining them. Now, are they going to completely change the pricing structure of it? Well, maybe in the future. Hopefully, they don't go too expensive with it. I don't want to see it become like $30 because even though they're offering more content, that is still a lot to pay for a streaming platform, especially if you have a whole bunch of other streaming platforms. If they can keep it not above that $20 range, I mean, yeah, they can still be the most expensive streaming platform because they're offering so much. That's understandable, but I don't want them to go above that $20 range, even with them combining both of the platforms. So we'll kind of have to see how the pricing structure works out and into the long run, how that does change. But for now, I do like this strategy here. And I think it's kind of a win win for everybody involved. So I'm excited to see how this platform combined will actually function. So let me know in the comments below. Are you happy with them combining the two platforms, Discovery with HBO Max? Do you think that's a good business strategy? Or would you personally like to keep them separate? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now to get into our fifth and most important and final topic of today's episode, we have rumors that Jaden Smith might be Miles Morales in a live action Spider-Man movie. So this is pretty interesting news. Once again, these are just kind of rumors, things that his dad was mentioning, and so there's nothing really concrete here. So don't be saying now, oh, it's confirmed. No, it's not confirmed. It's just rumors off of different things we've picked up from things his father, Will Smith, has said, and some conclusions we are trying to draw together. But really, it is just pure speculation. Now, just hypothetically, if this was a case, hey, this would be pretty cool. I mean, I would be excited for a live action Miles Morales character. Now, I know we're already getting Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse animated movies, but it would be cool to see him in live action as well. I mean, why not? So, do I think this is really going to happen? Now, I'm not too sure if it's actually going to happen, or if it does happen, it's going to happen in the near future. To me, probably not, because we still have the success of the animated movies going on right now. I think when those animated movies are done, then they might go into live action Miles Morales. And I think we still have Tom Holland here, who's still expected, or people are at least hoping for him to do more Spider-Man movies as Peter Parker. And so I don't think Tom Holland is done yet either. So I think those two things have to run its course first. Get the Tom Holland movies out of the way, get the animated Into the Spider-Verse movies out of the way. When those are both done, then yeah, maybe it's time to change things up. bring in some diversity, have a Miles Morales live action Spider-Man, do something different. Hey, why not? So, this could be a really interesting idea, but to me, I just don't think it's going to happen in the near future. And do I think it's going to be Jaden Smith? Well, maybe. Will Smith is a really popular name right now. Will Smith is a great actor, especially with getting all this recognition for King Richard. And so maybe he's really pushing for Jaden Smith to be Miles Morales. I think we've heard of that being done before where Will Smith has wanted his kid in projects before and really has pushed for that. Of course, as fathers should, why not help out the kids? So maybe it is just Will Smith trying to push for this, but it's not really like, oh yeah, it's going to happen. Maybe they're just trying to get the fillers out, kind of say, hey, what does the potential audience think? Do they think it's a good idea when we kind of share these rumors around? That is also another strong possibility. So I don't think a live action Miles Morales movie is going to happen anytime soon. I definitely think one will happen in the future. Now, who will play Miles Morales? Could it be Jaden Smith? Yeah. Could it be 100 other people? Yeah, of course. So I don't think there's anything super concrete there, but it's still fun to kind of talk about these rumors and speculate and see what everybody thinks out there. So let me know in the comments below, would you be excited for a live action Miles Morales Spider-Man movie? And would you be excited for Jaden Smith to play the character? Or do you have another actor in mind? Let's have that movie discussion down below. So that will do it for another Mega Movie News Roundup episode. This was episode 9. I'm trying to get some feedback from my audience members on what type of content do you all most enjoy from my channel. So let me know in the comments below. Do you most enjoy movie news, movie rankings, movie reviews, or physical media videos from me? I'm trying to get that feedback so I can provide the content you most want to see. Or do you like just having it as a variety? Because I do cover all things movies. Do you think that's the best way to go? So definitely let me know that. Also, if you're just discovering the channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe right now. Like I said, I provide tons of movie content. You name it, we've been talking all things movies on this channel. I don't want you to miss any of that value. So subscribe right now. Also, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video. Also, like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man, reminding you to make every day a movie day.